She wakes before sunrise, coffee on the stove, old boots by the front door where wildflowers grow. His picture on the mantle, her Bible on the chair. Most days go by quiet, just breathing simple prayers. She tends to the roses, sweeps dust from the floor, hums Amazing Grace as she's locking up the door. No one sees the heartache, only what remains, a woman holding on, standing in the rain. Through the breaking came the blessing. Every tear fell, but none were wasted. In the ruins of the night, hope kept pressing. Through the breaking came the blessing. One cold morning Sunday, friends in a pew, black dress on her shoulders, sky painted in blue. A hand on her shoulder, a hymn in the air. She's never felt so empty, so lost in her prayer. But grace comes a-calling, soft as a dove, bound up in kindness from folks that she loves. The walls may be fragile, but faith holds strong. She finds herself humming that same old song. Through the breaking came the blessing. Every tear fell, but none were wasted. In the ruins of the night, hope kept pressing. Through the breaking came the blessing. Now mugs at the table, laughter at dawn. Neighbor brings honey, grandbaby on. Her life wasn't easy, she carries some scars, but mercy kept finding her right where we are. With calloused hands folded, she bows her head low. Thanks for the sorrow, for the seeds that now grow. She's living the promise, she's shining inside. Still blessed, still broken, still walking in light. Through the breaking came the blessing. Through the break came the blessing. Every tear fell, but none were wasted. In the ruins of the night, hope kept pressing. Through the breaking came the blessing. I'm talking to you like I would out by the gate. Hands marked and weathered, but you know they still shake. Another whistle blowing, another long slow day. Still and sweating, sometimes I can't feel my own face. Trade our lunch pails, talk about what we lost, count up our pennies, pay whatever the cost. Sometimes it feels like working, the only song I know, but I'm learning, sometimes you gotta let the spirit show. You saw me break down when my body just gave in. You offered your shoulder, said that's where strength begins. I never was a preacher, never quoted from a book, but I see real grace right here, right where I look. Said, brother, God's in the dust on your skin, but He's walking with me time again. Maybe this old factory is where my heart will learn. Turns out lesson's just another name for getting burned. These hands are blessed, even when they're broken. Every scar I carry, every prayer unspoken. If all I can give is what I got left, still I'll give it, 'cause these hands are blessed. I see my reflection in the coffee by my boots. Not much of a picture, some hard-learned truth. Tell my kids at supper, son, don't you be afraid of falling apart. That's the price grace pays. I failed and I've stumbled, I've tried and I've cried. Here in the silence, I know I ain't been denied. Now when the bell rings, I lift my head and stand, grateful just to know the work is in my hands. I say I'm tired, but you are not alone. I feel warmth and we carry every load. I say I'm lost, you're already found. Hearts keep beating to the factory sound. Long day, short pace, till my feet hit the floor. Another sunrise, dust in the creases more and more. Never thought I'd find hope in this heavy routine, but the holy shows up where the pain's unseen. You and me side by side, we bear up the weight, digging deep through the trouble, steady faith, quiet grace. Here's my testimony, no need for a stage. Blessed and broken, set free from the cage. These hands are blessed, even when they're broken. Every scar I carry, every prayer unspoken. If all I can give is what I got left, still I'll give it, 'cause these hands are blessed. These hands are blessed, yes, yes, even they're broken. These hands are blessed, yes, even when they're broken. Sun coming through my window pane, creases on my callous palms. Coffee steaming in the still of dawn, another day to carry on. Hammer swinging low and slow, splinters biting through my skin. Sometimes I wonder why the good Lord chose a cracked old soul like me to mend. Missing nails, the measuring's off, sawdust on these faded jeans. I bow my head, feel faith enough to love the smallest things. These broken hands still build His kingdom, even when I'm worn and tired. Grace runs deep in lines and fingers, broken hands, but heart on fire. Rough mistakes behind each scar, lessons learned from every fall. Sunset paints my shadow fall, but I still hear Him when He calls. Blisters guide each prayer I breathe, forgiveness like the morning dew. He shapes my life on bended knee, turns my words to something true. These broken hands still build His kingdom, even when I'm worn and tired. Grace runs deep in lines and but heart on fire. And if you're feeling small and weathered, like you don't belong at all, if your head, he's right here with us, mighty strength in what is small. These broken hands still build his kingdom, even when I'm worn and tight. Grace runs deep in lines and fingers, broken hands, but heart on fire. Morning sun finds me standing at the stove. Coffee pot rattles, little feet on the floor. Laundry stacked higher than the kitchen door. These days are a handful, I count as I pour. Biscuit crumbs scatter, voices ring out. One lonely window, letting daylight come in. Missing one sandal, kneeling by the bed. Soft little prayers whispered under my breath. But I'll mend what's torn, that's what can be saved. Dinner in the oven, hearts to keep warm. Sometimes I tremble, sometimes I sway, but I'm still here, holding on by faith. These hands shake, but still they hold tight. Through every weakness, I find my own fight. In the quiet I am carried somehow. Some days all I have is right now. Rain taps the rooftop, another bill unpaid. The children run laughing, hoping their games. It's not always easy, but I'm never alone. Each scar I carry still leads me home. These hands shake, but still they hold tight. In every moment I see the silver line. Somehow I'm blessed, even when I am breaking down. The ground is cracking wide, clouds all pass me by. My hands turn up the earth, dust slips through the lines. Can I call this my share? Are you anywhere? When the well runs dry, what do we say? Do Do I hold steady or turn away? Neighbor waves from a fence nearby. Will you teach me how to pray? How to pray? Cows speak in hunger's tone. Boots sink and drag along. Buckets hidden, nothing hard. Sun chokes every stone. Do I walk on or fall? Are you there at all? When the well runs dry, what do we say? Do I hold steady or turn away? Neighbor waves from a fence nearby. Will you teach me how to pray? Bread broken in my hands, carrying the dusty can. Quiet supper around the stove, stranding lamp. If I look, you're with me quietly. Could you fill these days, these tired days? Bless this brittle clay. Though I tremble, I'll stay. Would you teach me how to pray? When the well runs dry, what do we say? Do I hold steady or turn away? Neighbor waves from a fence nearby. Will you teach me how to pray? How to pray? Will you teach me how